Hello, just thought I'd post a video of my craft room now that I feel I've properly moved in. I've had it since November and it's evolved in the time that I've had it, but I think now it's where I want it to be. This is just as you walk in through the door, so this is to the right. There's a little frame there that my husband and children bought me for my birthday. It's got all precious photos in it. Moving along, this is an IKEA Hensvik, which is where I keep my ribbons. Little country heart above it. All the ribbons are stored in colour order all the way along the jars, and the baskets below have got things like lace, ric-rac, bits and bobs like that in it. That's a topper that I quilted for the top of my antique plan chest, which is the most amazing storage. Just down there's a white hamper basket that's just got embellishments in by themes that are in A4 plastic folders. So this storage cabinet, I actually keep dies in the left hand side, punches in the right hand side. We'll have a little look in a drawer. These are my favourite brand. These are Martha Stewart border bunches, and then I've got about 2-3 drawers with various different border punches in, and then there are the rest of the drawers below are shapes, circles, etc. And then on the left hand side these are Sizzix dies in these drawers. Again, probably about 2-3 drawers of Sizzix, and then there are Cuttlebug, Nesties, all the other sort of brands. Moving along a little, we've got bookcases, 2 bookcases, again they're IKEA ones, little bits and bats stored on top. And then that's an IKEA kitchen rail, which is just like quick grab pens, pencils, etc, just little bits. And there's Leno. Say hello, Leno. Like koalas. So just looking inside the cupboards. These cupboards, like I say, are bookcases, but this one I use to store things like, there are paints, these are little storage cabinets, paints and bits and pieces like that in that one. Then there's glitters, embossing, powders and all bits and pieces like that. The bottom shelf is a few card making bits and pieces, and just some loose bits and pieces that like embellishments like buttons and whatnot in those little tubs. So that's in that cupboard. And then in the other cupboard there are actually my books, my inspiration station as I like to call it. All little books in there. So there we go. And then up on the wall is a cross stitch that I did last year for my craft room. It's a Margaret Sherry design. I wanted to make it my own room. And then moving along, this is a Making Memories storage centre. Not actually seen one since. I got that from QVC. That's got all my buttons in colour order on the top, spray inks, and then things like brads, eyelets and all bits like that, Dymo in the bottom, and some trimmer blades. And then there's a cupboard down here, which is where I keep 12 by 12 papers. This has evolved a couple of times, but this one seems to work better for me. All colours on the top, pattern papers and cardstock, and on the bottom in the magazine folders is themes, brands, mainly the children's papers and bits and pieces like that. And then, so whilst I'm thinking, I shall point out, I'll put them on my drawers, these handles. Love these handles, and just in the background you can see my little doormat as well, red spotty. But these handles were from .com gift shop. Thought they were quite quirky, quite cute. These drawers tend to be tools. Again, they've evolved. Bottom drawer, that's like adhesives, all sorts of adhesives in there, dry ones, wet ones, whatever. Let's go for this drawer. This is like stamping equipment, embossing gun, all stuff like that. And then the main of my tools now live here in my rotating carousel. These are quite hard to get hold of now, but this was one that I found on offer, so just ideal because you can just grab your tools really quickly. So, and then my desk, which is suitable for 2 people to sit at. We've had 2 people in here as well. So, and then another cross stitch that I did. Try and get the reflection off there. There we go. She's one of the gorgeous girls, and she's called I Found My Family in a Book, which I thought was quite nice for scrapbooking. And then here, photograph of my family, my beautiful family. And then in the top there, they're just decorative edge scissors. And this girl here, chocolate makes my clothes shrink, sorry. That's very true. And it's moving along. A few other little bits and pops on top of there. And this is my IKEA Expedit. I keep flowers in there, mainly sort of bigger tools like my stamp making machine and bits and pieces like that. In the bottom there are all my letter stickers, kits and things like that. Moving along. This is where all my die cutting equipment is in the house. So all along there, a few little stamps in those boxes. And then my iPod. I like to listen to music whilst I'm crafting. And then there are two cupboards in the bottom there, again with the handles. This one is where I keep every one of my stamps. So there are rubber stamps in the left hand side, and then different stamps, they're alphabet ones, in the drawers, which are ideal. Then just in the other one, nothing really exciting, my sewing machine, trimmers, and then they're the threads and scrap papers and all bits and pieces like that in there. So there you have it, a tour of my craft room. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!